Hey everyone, this is Larry from wstrades.com. I'm going to go through some technical analysis on several charts, several tickers I've been looking at. So right now, first we have PLTR, which is Palantir Technologies, pulled up. Stocks are having a big sell-off today, down 4.1% at this point. But I'm really looking at this 2750 level that was acting like, if I zoom out, you can see it acted like resistance. Long term, couldn't break through, then you finally broke through earlier, like the end of last month, and I thought that'd start acting like nice support, and it didn't, mostly I think because the overall markets were selling off, so it just couldn't hold that level. Came up, tested it, and then broke through again, and I was hoping that thing would be, nice support at this point, and right now it's actually sold through it. So I'm hoping this thing can finish the day above 2750, and then, we'll start seeing that as nice support for a nice move higher. So, I've been on quite a tear. RSI is looking a lot better now. What are we at? About 55. So yeah, it's looking real good. Not a whole lot of volume today, compared to some of these days we've seen massive volume spikes, where it's over 100 million shares traded. So, yeah, like I said, I'd like to see this thing finish above this 2750 line, or I'm thinking this thing's going to come down and test, like the 2650 minimum. Might come down and test this long-term trend line, but I don't think it's going that far down. But yeah, so today, I'd like to see Palantir finish above 2750. If not, we're going to see some downside, at least $1 sell-off, in my opinion. So now let's go to open. This is one I called out the other day, and it was making a nice run. I haven't seen what they're up to today. Yeah, still ripping. So I called this thing out, said if it could break above 21 or $20 even, then we'd see a nice run up to 22 without much resistance. So it looks like it's continuing that trend higher. Now I'm thinking the $20 level is going to be a very nice key support for this thing. So, just keep an eye on the $20 level. Actually, while I'm here, we'll put in a price level so that I know from here on out where that's at. All right. So yeah, I'd like to see this $20 level act like nice support and a run up to, you zoom out, the next levels around 22 bucks, 22.50. So yeah, still bullish on these guys. Like to see them start ripping again and just stay above that $20 level. Now, let's go to everyone's favorite, AMC. So I went into the weekly charts and actually let me go to the weeklies and show you how I did this. So I went to the weekly charts because I couldn't really see, identify like a nice support resistance level for AMC. And, it's kind of typical. They're all over the place with the, hedge funds and apes just doing their thing on this. So anyways, couldn't find any good support. So, good idea if you can't is zoom out, just go to a longer time frame. Mine is the weekly. I'll go to that. As soon as I threw the fibs on this nice move up until it started selling off. And as you can see, this thing came down and tested this golden ratio, the 61.8 level. And now it's just kind of consolidating. So I don't see AMC falling below around 38.50. They're probably going to chop around a little bit more. Go back to the daily. So as you can see, yeah, if you pull it up on the daily, it comes down, tries to sell through that golden ratio, can't, gets bought back up. Same thing the next day, tries to sell through it, and it can't, gets bought up, and now we've just got this consolidation between these two levels, at about 41.28 and 38.53. So yeah, still looking for these guys to make a move higher. I'd say keep an eye on this like 38.50 level. If it breaks below that, then I guarantee it comes down and tests around 30 bucks. So yeah, keep an eye on that 38.50 level, and hopefully apes can buy this thing back up. All right, let's go to XL. So this thing ripped today. I actually closed my position on them today. damn, they're still ripping. That sucks. I closed my position a little too early. So I had these trend lines drawn out from a long time ago. We had this price level at about 650 that this thing just was acting like beautiful support here, where, you know, it'd sell off, rip up, sell off, rip up, and then we had, you know, crap earnings, and this thing sold through and came down and tested this really long-term level at about 550, and then just a nice massive rocket back up. And I thought, you know, okay, they broke above 650, it's gonna act like support, and then, you know, they just didn't, sold off to or through it, and then couldn't break above it, and then today just massive rip up. So there's no news on it, and it's not insane volume. There's decent volume on today, but not anything insane. So what I'm thinking is people had that 650 level set to either go long if it broke above that, or shorts were going to cover if it broke above that. And, you know, we're seeing a crazy run up. We're up 1.68%. So yeah, I'd anticipate with a move like this in one day that thing's, you know, going to come down and test that 650 level again. I don't see it continuing this massive rip higher, but if it does, you know, it's going to like 750, so which was my initial price target for well, when I started trading them before earnings. It actually hit 750, and then, you know, had the crap earnings and sold off. So anyways, that's my next price target for them, but I don't think they're going to do it, you know, in this just one rip. So we'll see. Keep an eye on that one. And another one I got out of today, my position in, was LUMN Technologies, ticker symbol LUMN. So I had this price level set at about 1250, and as soon as they broke through it, I went long, and they sold off to it again. In the past 3 days have just been ripping higher, so made a nice fat profit on that. I'm still holding shares. I just closed out my option position I had on them, which was a long call, because, you know, if you know option contracts, you know anything can happen with the pricing on them, especially with a like big spike in implied volatility. So as I got out of that, still long my shares. I still like the company. They got some cool tech, and, you know, just looking at all the indicators, the price levels and everything, still bullish on them. But I would anticipate them selling off a bit after this nice fat run they've had. But, you know, next price target for me is somewhere around 15 bucks. I'd like to see them rip up to that. And one more before I take off and go to good old Robinhood. So yeah, really glad. Had one of the subscribers. I didn't think Robinhood was going to break above like 43 bucks, and the subscriber was like, I bet you it goes to 47. And I was like, I doubt it, man, not this week. And sure enough, this thing ripped to 47 bucks, and he said he was long a bunch of calls, and on this massive move made a fat profit. And I told him, well, I hope you got your stops, and he said, yeah, I already sold them, I'm out. I'm really glad he did, because now Robinhood's, you know, in this nice little sell-off. But after this move above that like $42 level, I'm thinking 42 is going to start acting like support for him. Still big news you got to look out for is, again, I mention every video, but it will absolutely crush Robinhood depending on the decision that they make. But the Fed is wanting to, or looking into, banning the payment for order flow. So that decision still hasn't come out. I guess Congress is talking about it, but, you know, it's pretty much all Congress does is talks. So, you know, just keep an eye on the news. If you hear that come out, then sell everything you've got in Robinhood, because they're going to get crushed if that's 80% of their revenue every year, and all of a sudden it's illegal. You know, Robinhood's done. So looking at the chart though, I'm thinking like 42 is going to start acting like support, so keep an eye on that level as well. But yeah, just keep an ear out for that news. If they don't ban it, I could see Robinhood making a nice move higher. But yeah, I'm not going to touch them, because it's such a huge part of Robinhood's revenue stream, and, you know, they could bring the news out anytime and just absolutely freaking crush these guys. So yeah, I won't be playing Robinhood's a little too much for one news story that could crush a company. So not my thing, but yeah, just keep an eye out for that.